Yo, what is going on, everybody? We are back with another week of the Quigley Podcast, and I'm super excited to say once again, I have no clue what we were going to talk about, but of course, now getting to record this intro after the fact, I can tell you guys perfectly fine what we talked about. We do a little bit of a deep dive into the state of play, looking at some of the games that I chose as my favorites that got announced or we got more information about. That was honestly what took the longest bit of time because I was yapping. Um, of course, we do get some college Halo news and just a little bit of info on how the season's been shaping up here as it started. And then just some closing thoughts. It's also, if you didn't know, huge announcement gets said in this podcast. This is a year. 1 year of Quigley. We have been doing this for a year. So huge shout out to all of you guys for making it possible. We really wouldn't be able to do this without the support and all the love that we get from the community who watches these, who gives us feedback, who comes in and says that they enjoy these streams and the videos that we make. So we do appreciate it as always. But I'll quit yapping and let you just get in the video. Yo, what is going on, everybody? We are back with another week of the Quigley Podcast. And to be honest, I have no clue what we're going to talk about.
Everything.
I'm just going to be fair. I got no idea. But we're going to find something to yap about, and then I'll have something to say in the intro before you see me introing right here, if you're watching on YouTube at least. So, yeah, Banksy, lead us in, man. I mean, I do have the one thing I want to talk about because I'm hyped about it, but other than that,
Okay.
I don't really know what the topics are this week, So I'm kind of letting you take control now. I'm gonna toss it to you.
Okay.
If you are an audio listener, I am tossing the proverbial basketball on camera.
Oh man. I mean, yeah, we have a few things to talk about. We're gonna yap about just some stuff that's going on just in the space, not necessarily just fully Halo. But just kind of hear us discuss some things that are happening. We had the state of play, right? State of play. That was called.
I just accidentally turned off my monitor. Yeah.
We had the state of play that just happened. We didn't talk about it last episode.
Yeah.
As of the recording, it was before. We have some Halo events coming up. We've had some online Halo events that have happened, and just kind of here to yap. And we had quite a bit of college Halo go on that we didn't talk about last episode because we have more now, right? So we can kind of deep dive into those. But how's your week going? I mean, it's Wednesday. Are we is our schedule Wednesday now?
That is when we've been recording. So.
Right. So kudos to us, I guess.
I guess so.
But how's your
We've
week
been
going,
doing good,
man?
honestly. Keeping up with it. It's been pretty meh.
Oh, I can't blame you on that one.
Yeah.
I can't blame you on that one. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, pod roster got O2'd. I wasn't there for that, but they did.
You want to know how my week started?
Sure.
Thought I was gonna have an extra person on my night shift.
So just you?
Well, no, it was only gonna be two of us, which, with our job, a 2-man shift is horrendous.
Right.
And they're trying to get more people involved because we're trying to up the team to have more people, so we're not 2-manning full shifts.
Right.
And the new guy who was supposed to be with us on said shift was not prepared. And it basically turned into a 2-man shift anyways. So that was nice. That was great.
Well,
I was, it would have been one thing if I was mentally prepared for it. I wasn't prepared for it. I came into the night thinking I was it's going to be a vibey night. We're going to have 3 people. We're chilling.
Nope.
Nah. But yeah, that's
man.
how my week started. So, I mean, what about you?
I mean, got some bad. I wouldn't say bad news. Got some dumb news at work. They're doing some stupid with a position that I'm no longer applying for.
Shout out Best Buy.
Yeah, they're idiotic. But they're like, oh yeah, let's try to make this role successful. Oh, by the way, it's only going to be a part-timer and by themselves working on cars. And I went
on cars.
Like auto techs, like the stereos and radios and stuff.
I was about to say, I was like, I didn't know Best Buy worked on cars.
but like the speakers and stuff like that, I was gonna apply for it. Um, but they 180'd the role, and I was like, because the schedule would have been better. Um, the pay would have been like everything would have ended up being better until they turned around. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna do part time and you'll be by yourself. And I went, but if it doesn't succeed, you're gonna get rid of the role, and then I don't have a job. So not doing that. But I have we do have good news, listeners, and this is on me and Ben. But we made it a year, guys.
We did. We did.
We made it a whole year doing this podcast. Our year was actually the 8th or something, I think is what it was, or like it's like 10 days ago, I think. But we made it a year doing something we just talked about on the side, which just blows my mind. And I mean, kudos to College Halo for the support on their end and just the people around it. But man, a year is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, I'll keep it honest with you. I did not expect us to be. I mean, not to the extent like that sounds really bad. Okay, let me rephrase that. I didn't expect us to make it this long. No, I when you guys brought Delta in for the maybe newer folks who may not know, there was a guy before me, and you guys thought that he was going to be the guy. He was going to be the the co-host, and that was and like honestly, like I really liked that idea when you guys first told like our little friend group about it. I was like, dude, that's so sick. Like, you guys recorded one episode. That episode is not out.
It's in the ether somewhere.
Delta sadly disappeared off the face of the earth. That sounds really bad because I'm like, Delta was here before me and he disappeared. So here I like that. He's still around. He just doesn't do this.
Ben just off this guy. Ben's like, it's my turn.
I'm really doing bad with this. But I like, when you and Super approached me and were like, hey, like, we need a third guy on this. Yep. Like, we want you to hop in. First off, I mean, I was super, excited because, to be fair, in the time, I was one of the newer guys on our team. I was newer to the scene of Halo and everything, so I didn't really have all the ball knowledge, if you will. And I ain't talking oddball. And so it was just really cool because, like, me, I'm like, oh, they want me on the pod, and then that first episode where we had like, did we have Odin on for the first episode when I was here?
I think so. I think it was Odin.
And I don't, something about that, like everything just started, like it kind of clicked. Like, sure, that wasn't the best. Like, I remember my intro was horrible, and they still are, but that's a part of it, So, I mean, I just think like 1 year is insane. What about you? Like, what's the thought kind of going into that?
I mean, when we looked back, when I looked back at it after Super said something, I was just kind of thinking about it. It's like, dude, we talked to so many people. We've made so many transitions with the show. We made or with the podcast, and then going on to like the prediction show and doing content online. I just didn't think about it. I didn't think about, oh, we're coming up on a year. We've been doing it a year, because I just thought we were doing it, and
I didn't even think about including that either. Yeah, I mean, there's been so much that's been added too.
Exactly, like right. Yeah. There's so much that's now that we're doing. Even like when we look at College Halo stuff, that I didn't even think about. Like, the podcast is where it started, and now there's just so much more. I was like, oh my god, a year. Kind of blew my mind, honestly. And I know Super was probably like, they did it. They actually did it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, come on. Let's be honest real quick. Did we think that was going to be the case?
No. I mean, I thought it would be cool, but I was not expecting the, I guess, like, just direction that we took it in, and the fact that we stuck this, like I feel like that's the thing that everybody, like, if you go on YouTube right now and look up like how to start a podcast or how to start, like, or tips for, content creation or whatever, like, people are always gonna say like the biggest issue, the biggest mistake that people make is quitting too early. And honestly, I feel like we could have fallen into that very easily, and it's just like, I guess it's just a huge shout to us, honestly, for
Yep.
not, dipping out and just stopping early because we felt like it,
Exactly. And I think that I mean, kudos to us. I mean, and we've kind of, I feel like, I mean, you'll hear a lot of us early on. We were, we meme about you, and we're like, Ben doesn't actually get extra privileges. And it's like, that's actually a joke. Like 100% is just a joke. He does get extra privileges. He's just our special little Ben.
Okay. All right.
And I don't know. I'm excited for now, like what's to come. Not like we made it a year, you know. Ain't nothing stopping us now, you know.
That is true. That is
Um,
true.
but less about us. Let's dive in. Let's kind of yap
Okay.
about the smaller stuff before we dive into this college Halo stuff. Um, the state of games. You have your list. Go over your list real quick because
For the PlayStation State of Play?
yeah, their state of play. Go over your list real quick. Halo's not on it, right?
No.
Halo,
No.
was Halo there? Was Halo at any point there?
Nope.
Okay, all right. So we'll probably we'll
Not,
talk about.
not that I saw.
Okay, we'll talk about that aspect. To be fair, I didn't see anything on the internet when I looked it up real quick.
Yeah.
Let's go over your list real quick. Go over what you got, what spoke to you.
What spoke to me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to fill out that application thing for Quigley. On the side. So,
That's my goat
and
right there.
when I go through these, there's a few that I like. When I ask, I'm gonna ask you first. Like, okay, did you ever play Kenna? Kena? The first one, I think it was Kenna Bridge of Spirits.
I did not. I know what you're talking about.
Okay. It was actually one of those things where like I saw it, was like, I don't think that's for me. And then one day I like saw it again and I was like, that might be for me. So I got it and I played through it. And it was like a shorter game, but I really did enjoy it. I never thought they were going to do anything more with it, to be honest. Luckily, I was wrong. Kenna 2 is coming out. I can't remember the actual full working title, but Kenna, it's a sequel to Kenna. So, following the same protagonist through a new story. So I'm hyped for that one.
Okay.
And then, and I'm not going by order of when they were shown, just by the order that I typed them out in this list because I couldn't remember exact order. God of War spinoffs, like there's this new like spinoff game. It's not actually like the God of War games, but it's like in that same universe or whatever.
Is it that chicken? Is it the chicken thing that I've been seeing online?
I don't know about a chicken, but I think it's more of like a side scroller, like platformer type look to it. Maybe I don't really I didn't look too deep into it. I enjoyed God of War and God of War Ragnarok, but I'm not like a diehard. Like I know people because they announced it and then immediately like it came out that day. So I know people who are like have already started playing it or have played it or whatever. But the cool thing about this announcement was that it was a 2-part announcement. They also announced the God of War trilogy being remastered. So, like I said,
yes,
I really enjoyed God of War and God of War Ragnarok.
Yes.
I have never gotten the opportunity to play God of War 2, or God of War 3. So that will be really cool to have those remastered on a new PlayStation. And, even if it is more of like a, like, I know sometimes people get a little fearful when they hear remasters because they don't, you know what I mean? Like, is it really going to be like like, are we really going to get PS5 grade, quality, or is it kind of going to just be like upscaled? I don't really know. I'm hoping it'd be like the same quality as what these newer games are. That would be super sick. But even if not, like, I think it would be cool to just get to play those for the first time.
I'm like mind blown right now.
You didn't know I hadn't played those?
You look. Okay, to the internet, I'm
What?
not trying to sound mean. Okay,
Okay.
you look like you would be like a God of War like player, man. You know, like
Can I keep it 100% honest with you?
yeah,
When I was a kid, single player games freaked me out.
freaked you out.
Mhm. Um, Not to the extent of like I was like a oh my gosh, it's scary, spooky, like horror game, but like I think it was because like I grew up like when I was really little, I was a Nintendo kid, right? Like I was, DS, Wii, you know, playing like my dad's old Sega Genesis, like you know what I mean? Like I wasn't
Okay.
playing like shooters and stuff like that, right?
You were playing
Um,
like 007 or nothing.
yeah, we'll get to that. And so I think like once I got my first Xbox when I was in like middle school, I think it was sixth grade. Um, and I literally do think the first ever like full on solo campaign I played was Halo 5. Now that's not the first campaign. I played older campaigns first, but it was like co-op campaigns with like friends and neighbors, you know what I mean?
Right.
Um it wasn't like but like that was the thing for me. Like if I was going to play like a Call of Duty campaign, I was doing it co-op. Or if I was going to play like something there was something about single player stuff that like I don't know, I guess I felt like all the tension was on me cuz I had no help. Very glad that I broke out of that because single player games are incredible. But yeah, so I mean, I never really got into games like that, right? I mean, you got to realize I didn't play The Last of Us until it came out on PS4. You know what, like 5 years after it actually originally come out. You know what I mean? Like
That's
there were a lot of
crazy.
games that I would not play because I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and play this by myself when I could have like a game I could play cooperatively with someone else. You know?
That's
I'm
crazy.
serious. Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
I grew up. So I have an older sister and older brother. Um,
Mhm.
but like they're 14 years older than me. So my brother had consoles before way before me, right? Like he grew up on the Sega N64 and stuff. I got a PS2 and that was it. I had single player games like Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, games like that. So I kind of grew up just playing alone. And then the Xbox dropped and like the original Xbox with Halo, and my brother got it. And that was my first, let's say, co-op game, where I got to actually dive in and play, like just play with my brother and stuff, but still knew I could play single player. That's just crazy. Your trajectory in video games is so weird.
Dude, my protein shake just poured all over my face. That was awesome. It was a little bit in the lid and it just dumped on my face. Okay. Yeah, no, that's actually kind of funny though to like look at the disparity there of like you started out with single player and then was like transitioned into multiplayer slash co-op and I did like the opposite. Like I started out with more like co-op multiplayer stuff and then transitioned into single player.
Yeah, that's like really crazy actually. Um,
But with that,
yeah.
you mentioned because that was actually a funny thing. That was literally the next game on the list. Yeah, I never did play 007, which means the new 007 that is coming out here in a couple months or next month. I think it's a
Um,
couple months. I think it's May.
yeah, I think it's May for that one.
Yeah. They did drop a little trailer for it. I was super hyped for that. I think that game has looked pretty cool and it sounded pretty cool since they first announced it. And so getting to see more kind of details on that was very nice.
Yeah, that was that's us. You know, it's funny, that's Steph's game right there.
Really?
Yeah, so she's not a gamer. If anybody ever heard me talk about my wife, she's just not a gamer. Uh she's like the I'll play Wii Sports kind of person, right? But
Mm-hmm.
she really likes Fallout. Um she doesn't have the energy. Not not counting the pregnancy right now. But like she's a nurse, so she doesn't have like the time, right? Like she's tired when she gets home, but she likes Fallout and stuff. But what she said when she was a kid, she would play 007, the arena shooter mode, like with her brother that they had on the original one, where you would like walk around, find the golden gun and stuff. Um, Little lore drop there. Nobody knew that 007 had its own like PvP mode
Mm-hmm.
way back when. So thank you, 007. I think that game's gonna be good though.
Yeah, I think it's going to be gas. Do you know what I think is going to be better though? And I may be faded for this.
Okay.
They also announced, not in the same area, but a new John Wick game. Like we are getting you're going to be able to
So-
play John Wick and be like doing backflips,
Did you watch the trailer?
shooting. Yeah.
So it's a top down.
Wait, did I not watch the trailer?
So I don't think the trailer's a top down. The game, I'm pretty sure, is a top down game.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Unless they made a second one. I mean, I can look it up real quick. Let me see.
I'm so bummed out now.
So let's see. Let me see.
Remember the first video?
Everybody, here's an ad on YouTube because I can't.
Okay.
I can't.
Oh,
mute it.
Are you showing the video?
No. I just pulled it up. I just want to. Yeah. So
Oh,
this
okay.
trailer is. Let me see. No. Okay. There's 2 John Wick games then coming out.
Oh, okay.
No, you're right. You're right on yours.
Okay.
All right.
I'm back to being hyped. I'm back to being hyped.
The one at the event was the single player third person action game. There's another John Wick game also coming out that is a top down game, and or it might already be out. I don't know, but you basically, if anybody's played any of the I don't even remember the names actually of the games, but they're like just a top down shooter, and you aim and shoot it, like you can see through walls and stuff. But no, a John Wick game like that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I was just kind of excited about it. I mean, because that's the first, like, at least to my knowledge, the first John Wick game like that, where like you're actually getting to, you know what I mean? To me, it kind of hit me like the Hitman games, but you're John Wick. You know,
Yeah,
it's a little.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you on that one.
There is one that I want to save for last, so I'll skip one that's on my list and then come back to it.
Mhm.
So don't let me forget that, because I will forget and we'll just leave it behind. Ghost of Yotei Legends. That's a little
Well, we knew that was coming.
different. Yeah, but I think like it just depends on who you are, because I feel like some people could probably care less.
Right.
If you don't really know what that is, Ghost of Yotei, the game, the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. Legends was also in Tsushima, and now it's coming to Yotei, so it's just like their online co-op PvE mode. In the first game, me and my like IRL friends grinded it. Like we did all the like achievement, like special masks that you could like unlock to wear, like all the outfits.
Yeah.
We did the raids. I mean, it was like really, it was honestly, it was in a point where like when we used to grind Destiny was in a really bad state, and so it gave us something to just grind and just like play. Like it was chill to play, but then there were moments where like you had to lock in, you know?
Yeah.
So when Yotei came out, of course, all those same friends that I used to play that with hit me up and were like, "Yo, is Legends coming out?" And I was like, "I hope." And so, of course, we did find out that it was, and then now we finally got an actual trailer for it and a release date of later in March. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm excited for that one. I don't feel like that one's as big as like some people would put it, because it's not like a full game release. It's just like a kind of like free DLC thing, but it is cool.
Yep.
Now here's one that I want to get your take on, because I feel like everybody that I've talked to about this one too has like a different mindset about it. And I played the recent like demo/beta thing that they came out with, Pragmata.
I didn't get to play that like pre-release thing, because it's not a thing anymore, is it?
I do not know.
I don't think
it's
it
in my
is.
Steam library, so I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I probably can't download it and play it right now. I don't know.
That's the. Now tell me if I'm wrong. That's the girl with the robot.
Yes. No, well, with like the dude who's in the mech suit or whatever,
Oh, is
and
it a
it's like
mech
the little
suit?
girl.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think it is a mech suit.
So I'm excited for it. Mainly because it reminds me of kind of like Vanguard from like the 360 days, that style of combat, but also like she's like what would you say she is? She like a psychic or a
I
medium or
I
something?
I think yeah, I honestly don't know.
She's got some sort of powers for
Um
some reason. Um, but I think it's gonna be a fun game. Did they release the price of it though?
they did not. And that's one thing for me, like I did play the little demo thing. I'm not going to lie and say I played a bunch. It definitely felt like way slower paced Dead Space with way more to do with combat, just to be honest.
See,
And like
yeah,
if you're a Dead Space fan, then that's really cool. And like I'm not hating on Dead Space. What was that one that came out a few years ago that was basically like a little Dead Space, like not rip off, but like that type of style? Callisto Protocol.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It was made by the same people, wasn't it?
I think so, but like I genuinely enjoyed Callisto Protocol, and I know that that's a hot take because a lot of people did not. Like I genuinely think that the story that they were building was really cool, and then they just ended it. I think because it didn't do well, they're never going to do anything with it.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, for me, Callisto Protocol felt like something at least remotely different. Even though I mean, honestly, it was pretty much just like a Dead Space clone. Um, for this one, like generally the biggest thing that kind of drew me in, especially with like the initial announcement that they had like what 3 or 4 years ago,
right.
um, was just like this. I guess just the unknown. You know, you've got this dude like in the original trailer, like this dude just like flying through the sky, and then oh, the sky's fake, and he crashes through it,
Yeah,
and then lands to the ground, and this girl hops on his back, and they start shooting robots, and you're like, oh, that looks sick. And then I got into it to play, and it's like, oh, I aim down sights, and I look at this robot zombie mech thing, and then I have to hit the correct key on my keyboard or input on my controller, and then a menu pops up, and then I have to very quickly before that robot gets to me in slow motion use my left stick to draw a line in the exact direction that it's showing it has to be in, and then that weakens the target so I can actually do road. It just I don't know. The combat for me was not it. I'm just gonna be honest.
that's
Really hoping the story is that'll be the saving factor for me.
I hope it's not $60.
I also agree with that. I also agree with that.
All right, what's next on our list?
For loop. Okay, I'm gonna keep it 100% honest with you. I ain't gonna much say on this one. I have no clue what I'm watching. I remember the initial trailer like a while back. You like you go in with your team, you
Okay.
try to complete an objective or whatever for the mission. You die because you are a new player or whatever. You come back. You get revived in this new exo body or whatever. But now because you've done certain stuff, you can like unlock new abilities that you can take in, and then you die again, and then you come back, and now you can unlock further abilities and like keep going down this skill tree. Another one where I'm like, I probably won't pay $60 for it, but if it goes on sale, maybe I get it with the boys and just play.
Okay. All right, I'll take that.
Did you see that one?
No, I didn't. It sounds horrible though.
Yeah, it really seems like these developers, and like I don't want to get into that, but like it seems like a lot of these developers are just like, we gotta get something out there so we can make some money so we can figure out what we're actually gonna do. You know what I mean? Like I genuinely don't know
Well,
where that
so
one's gonna go.
the whole point of a game, and this is just, I'll speak on this for just a moment. When you're developing, you pick a mechanic, a single mechanic, right? And that is your
Yeah.
mechanic. And when I'm hearing a lot of these games, and I'm like, they picked the mechanic. They didn't elaborate on said mechanic per se, but they also didn't know where to go with said mechanic. So That's all there is to it. You know what I mean? And it sounds like the mechanic in that game is the respawning bigger tree, respawning bigger tree. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
was
no, I
no,
mean, I
yeah,
100% agree.
no,
I
no
don't think,
development.
and I don't think that's enough.
Right. But you can't be like High Guard and do everything and then it fall apart, you know? So, I mean, that's a weird one. All right. What's next?
Yeah, yeah. New Silent Hill. I was
Okay.
honestly very surprised with that because we just got Silent Hill F, and then they're coming out with something new,
We
or at
knew
least
that.
announcing something new.
We knew that.
Oh, we knew that?
Yeah. They had said in like one of their Japanese,
Oh,
like press releases that there was going to be more than just Silent Hill left.
all right. Well, I was wrong. So cool. Yeah, more info on that little trailer. Um, Star Wars pod racing.
We knew that.
Oh, I know we knew, but I'm just saying it was a trailer, and I am
Oh,
hyped.
it looks good.
I am hyped. I think it looks really good. Okay, I think it looks really good. Do I think it's going to succeed? No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, and that sounds so hateful. Like,
It's Star
do you
Wars
remember the
racing.
one? Yeah. Do you remember the one where you were just in the TIE fighters and stuff, like fighting in the sky? It was just dogfights.
Yeah, that was fun.
Squadrons.
Yeah,
I loved that one,
but it
but
died.
did it succeed? Not
No.
really.
It-
It's it,
yeah,
I think it's one of those things where like it's a really cool idea, but there's not a big enough market where like
there's
you know
not.
what I mean? Like it
Yeah,
doesn't solve an issue. It doesn't create something that people really needed, you know?
yeah, and
Um
you're pinning it down to just what it is versus like
yeah.
Forza and Need for Speed gives you every car, every tune, every track versus Star Wars. You're kind of pinned
Yeah.
down to just what speeders are, the different kinds of speeders, and if you go off that track, Star Wars people are going to hate you.
And see, my thing is that yeah, that is true. That is actually a very fair point. I guess my thing is like I don't want them to get deterred from this because I do think it would be a really cool implementation for a future game. Like imagine if we got Star Wars Battlefront 3, which I know probably never gonna happen. But imagine we get Star Wars Battlefront 3, but then like within Star Wars Battlefront 3, there's also like a pod racing mode and a squadrons mode where you can
See, that's the
do fights
thing.
in the sky, right? Like
Yeah.
you think that's going too far, or you think that's
No.
like a because I'm thinking like that creates where like there is a base game, there is a multiplayer objective, there is a like
So,
contending project for people to play all the time, but then you have these outside
right.
modes that people can also hit and bounce off of if they want to.
But the thing is there is a squadron mode inside of Battlefront.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't bad either. I'm just gonna be
Like,
honest.
it is weird that they made it a whole game. It is the most played mode in Battlefront, that space battle where you have to take over the ship and go into the docking point. Um, it obviously removes the docking, like getting onto the ship, destroying the core. But like it is a mode, and they made a game out of it. It flopped because it's already a mode. But if you did put it all into a game and didn't have a loot box system, EA, just speaking out there, I think it would work. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, if it's once again, like I feel like I'm a broken record here, and people are gonna call me cheap, but like
It should
if all it is racing, yeah,
$40.
yeah, like a $29.99 to $39.99 should be the price range for that game.
Yeah,
Honestly,
like if I can get arc raiders for
um,
$40, I'll take that for 40. You know,
yeah, and but I mean, like I am hyped. Like I think it'll be
yeah,
really cool. I just don't see myself playing it on the daily.
yeah.
Um,
What's
lastly,
next? Is this
lastly,
is this the one that you're going
we're
back to, or
we're
okay,
jumping back up
okay?
because it's coming out soon, and I think we do need to get some hits on it because if we don't, Super will be upset with us. New marathon trailer.
Look, actually, I'm gonna stop you. I'm excited. I actually am.
Yeah.
And it's
All right.
because I think there's more to the game than anything we've ever seen. And the fact that literally they've pretty much dropped Destiny like a child. They just got rid of them. Okay. They dropped them. They dropped Destiny off at the firehouse, everybody. All right. And I think they're honestly putting a lot into this. Um, they're adding small tweaks to big things that are in other games, like the bodies decaying. The fact that you can revive your teammate from their death box, it just takes longer. They literally did the smartest thing to advertise for this game, and that was getting burnt peanut with a developer. I mean, I'm excited for it. I think all the trailers have been really good, but I think unless they're lying again, I just think there's more to this game when it comes to a looter or extraction shooter than we have seen. Because it's you're class based, right? So you have the hero shooter aspect to it. So I don't know.
All right. Here's my take, and you actually mentioned something that is the thing that terrifies me. Okay. Bungie has been in a rough spot for a while. If you don't know, Bungie is the developer, originally made Halo. Of course, those rights are now in 343, or as we know now, Halo Studios' hands. Bungie then went on to make Destiny, and then Destiny 2. They had some projects that kind of got shut down midway through that they were supposed to be making. Things started to look bad. Marathon was pretty much like the one project that stuck over these past few years. And you're 100% right. They have pretty much dropped Destiny. Like I saw today that there was actually an announcement that the next expansion for Destiny that was supposed to be in like March 3rd or 10th or something like that has been delayed to like late summer, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And it definitely seems like right now at Bungie, all hands are on deck for Marathon. One side of me loves that because hopefully, right? Like we know earlier this year they had a play test. People were not happy. Like not happy. And we know things have come out like creators were allowed to come in and they were asked if this released, in its state today, how many of you would play it? And literally no one raised their hand. Like there's been some bad rep, of course, with the art theft and all that stuff.
Which they
and
settled
so
with that bag.
Yeah. I mean, so of course, like in the long run, like knowing that all hands are on deck is very nice, and it does make me a little more happy that they are throwing a lot of attention at this game. Although that does also scare me because right now they are not in a great place.
Yep.
Sony has stated that they know that they are not in a great place, and I fear that if Marathon drops and it does not succeed, and I'm not saying that it has to be like the greatest release of all time. I mean, we've seen plenty of games that didn't have a great release, but then were able to bounce back. But like, if it, and I hate to like say this, but like, if Marathon is, runs the same course as High Guard and a Concord.
Yeah.
I genuinely think we see the day that Bungie potentially gets like absorbed into Sony and Bungie is no more. Like I mean, maybe not to that extent, but it you kind of have to have it like know that a lot of those developers have it on the back of their mind that like their jobs may be on the line with this release.
I can agree with that. Yeah, I can agree.
With that said though, I am optimistically pessimistic.
I'll accept that.
I am very, very terrified that they are going to overreach, trying to tell us about all this incredibly cool stuff that's coming and showing us all these cool cinematics and everything, because Bungie's always been good at making a cool cinematic. But the day that we actually get into the game, which we're going to have a server slam here soon, at the end of the month, so that will be very good to kind of get a little test of how everything's looking. Is it going to be worth it? Like, that's the thing, So one side of me is like very nervous that it's gonna that they're hyping it up a lot, and then it's going to not hit the expectations that they are setting themselves. And then the other side of me is like, but at the same time, I really, really hope this thing like just bangs. Like, I love Arc Raiders, but I hope it blows Arc Raiders out of the water. Like, I hope
I
it
agree.
is so
Yeah.
good that like everyone is talking about Marathon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know there was a point in time where you could not talk to a person who played video games who didn't know what Destiny was. You know what I mean? Even if they
Right.
didn't play Destiny, you knew what Destiny like. Bungie has that ability. We just need to see them do it again.
I think this could be it, and I'm excited for it. I really am. So I think it'll be good. But speaking of a Bungie thing, necessarily used to be Bungie thing, we're gonna go into some Halo news. Just two quick things to cover for the community is we got the LVT LAN this weekend.
Good night. That was fast.
What, the LAN?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this weekend. They're giving away game certs, and they also have their 10% off code. So we'll see how that goes. LVT is currently at the LAN facility setting everything up for this weekend. It's not a huge LAN, but we'll see how it goes. It is on PC. They did get rid of the Halo 3 side of the LVT LAN, so we'll see how that goes. More than likely, it's a Shopify event. So, woo. But anywho, as well on the online side of it is a Sin Baseline had over 100 people sign up for their league. They're
That's pretty cool.
like their AB league that they do. Funny enough, a Sin Baseline, but it's like Division A. Or I think it's 4 divisions, but over 100 people or 100 signups is huge for like an online league. And this was posted an hour ago. It only has 50 views and like 2 likes. So like Halo runs deep. It honestly does. And I think they have proven it, like just looking at it here. I mean, I just think it's crazy to like undersell Halo in any fashion. And it's kind of been proven. Yeah. But no news on Halo guys in COD, by the way. Everybody's pretty much left COD or are in limbo of COD. I know I've seen Collect still playing. Yak had a blow up about Halo recently online where he was just like, why are, there's no point in playing. Essentially, if he didn't have his world's funds, he'd have to go get a job. And he like literally was just 4th in the world. You know what I mean? 4th place and for Halo Worlds, and he's like, I have to find a job to stay afloat. And I mean, I think that comes to a little bit of networking and financial stability when it comes online. A lot of competitors don't stream anymore, guys. And that's when I kind of push. That's when I kind of push for me and Ben. I'm like, we need to stream. We need this content side of everything. And I love everybody for the subs. We're at 31 on the Twitch. So that's huge for the season so far. But like streaming is just big. And I feel like a lot of people are missing it. And I'm not trying to talk bad on Yak, right? I mean, that man grinded. He went from top 16 to 4th place against some strong competition. But it's where those standings where like Yak's technically like his community is not as big as, let's say, Last Shot. But to be fair, Last Shot is still on Shopify and won Worlds, but Last Shot's able to stream consistently, get 100 to 200 viewers, and I mean that keeps Shyway streaming, so it's got to be working somewhere. So it's just one of those things, like grow your community, and maybe
confirmed Shyway is view botting Last Shot. So he has content.
But it's like, you got to grind for that. There's more to competition. Why it's streaming all the time and still, top of the leaderboards. But anywho, we'll kind of end these last 15 minutes here talking about College Halo. All right. We finished week 1, guys. We gave some shout outs on the prediction show. Definitely go watch that VOD once it's up for week 2. They gave some week 1 shout outs. But just to quickly go over what's recorded, we got USF beat UIUC 3-0. That's USF with soap, UIUC without milkshake. That was a little different from what we kind of may have expected. Speaking about those teams, right? Going into Pod 2, week 1, UNM beats Baylor 3-2. UVU beats UCF 3-0. Like to see the UNM versus Baylor, right? Those are those bottom tier teams we're talking about. And UVU, of course, just coming out on top. And then in round 2, or technically it's a week 1 for Pod B, UCF beats Red Orange to an FF, which we will talk about once I get through everybody. We'll talk about that FF because that was stirring during the prediction show. Let's see. Pod C, week 1, first matchup, UNA versus Montana State 3-0. Montana State is playing, and I think they were giving some competition to some teams. YCP went 3-1 to Oklahoma. YCP also played Montana State. They 3-0'd them. And that's for Pod C. And then Pod D, for first week, SNU played NC State. They 3-0'd them. And UOU played Clemson, and they 3-0'd Clemson. We'll talk about that too. But, those are, some good matchups. Mostly everybody's played, which is exciting to see. We got to start getting our week 2 matchups going. So, which we have one playing tonight as we're recording this, UOU versus SNU.
It actually ended 3-0 UOU.
Dang. All right, 3-0. That's crazy.
Yep.
But that's kind of, some of these are just kind of expected, what we're going to get into. But let's talk about that kind of beef there. UCF, Brit. We like calling it beef. We like stirring the pot. I know Ben stirred the pot a little bit during the prediction show.
Oh, 100% I did.
Brit.
I love all those UCF guys though. They know I'm trolling. Like,
yeah, no, they're
probably,
hilarious. Probably. But let's talk about this RIT team. They, there was no relegations. There was no severity to carry you to a different division and leave you stranded on an island.
Ooh.
And
you have to like that.
My bad. But you know what I mean? Like they're coming into the season and your first match is an FF for an hour and a half technical issue.
Yeah, that does kind of suck. It sucks both ways because like you get the FF first match of the season that you're going to play, and then the other team has to sit there and wait all that time just to not even play. So
yeah, and that's kind of frustrating. And I would really want to know what the technical issues are. If anybody on RIT wants to dive into that and maybe try to defend yourself here, an hour and a half. They pushed.
From what I understand, it was just a PC issue.
Just to see that's insane because like they already pushed it back an hour from my knowledge, at least from what Monty said. It was already pushed back to a different time, and then it was pushed back like another hour due to PC issues. And then Monty just blatantly on stream, hey, when do we get to FF these guys? Basically, and you kind of question it like. I really hope that doesn't hurt RIT in the long run. I hope they do play. I hope they at least come with some fire. But it also kind of sucks for UCF not getting to play. Like we always hate it. We hate FFs. We honestly do. So, and just to let everybody know, that hurts you for community shoutouts from Quigley. Like if you don't get to play, there are no stats to give you. There's no stats for me to be able to shout you out and be like, hey, this guy was the Slayer King. You know what I mean? So, which if nobody knows, Nazcast was the Slayer, the highest kills during week 1. let everybody
That is true.
let everybody sit in that. He had most headshots and most kills. Um, but I don't know. That's just one of those things. That's kind of it's a rough situation. Where it's like, what do you do, right? Necessarily, because you didn't get to play and you had to FF. But I guess it's one of those things. Let's talk about this Clemson versus UOU. UOU is strong. Lonzy likes to talk his talk, and I know he listens to the podcast, Lonzy. So I know you're gonna hear me say this, but you're right. I was wrong. Okay, you beat Clemson. I watched that series, and I'm gonna call out today. I was working on the spreadsheet today, and someone saw a player's stats from that series and screamed across the precinct. Was like, "Is that a 1?" Somebody had 1 kill.
Not a 1.
Somebody had 1 kill in a series on Clemson, and that's a rough one, man. I mean, UOU was running that series. I can't tell you what Clemson was doing. But I think it's a wake up call where Zeta and Dirty Brains is like, you got to get your team, just get them to help you. You know what I mean? Don't just try to run it. I mean, I think that's an issue we had. You know, we had to get the team to help us, not like me and you running down, screaming Hail Mary.
I agree.
But I mean, how do you feel about these matchups so far that we've seen, we've experienced?
I've been enjoying them, honestly. I mean, yeah, of course we've had some one-sided affairs. But overall, like, I do think the pod system has shaken things up where we're getting to see some matchups that previously we would have never seen. It's also brought us some matchups that we love to see much earlier in the season, so that's also a plus. But I mean, just like I said, if you guys will, go check out the prediction show, I do think the time that it's really going to be the most fun is going to be these last the last week going into the shakeup for the pod change, and then of course like those last 2 weeks going into playoffs. I mean, it's going to be like a mad dash to see who can kind of make that top 10 placement.
I know. And looking at the top 10, I know we said it during the prediction show, there are certain teams that probably aren't going to be on there later on. New Mexico has that win over Baylor, so they're in the top 10 currently. I mean, they 3-2'd Baylor, right? And then they got, did I miss a New Mexico game? Didn't they just lose?
Yes, they no. I think you're thinking of Butler and Montana State.
Oh, right. Montana State lost to Butler.
Yeah. UNM beat Butler, then Butler lost. No, Butler beat. Yeah. Butler lost to UNM, and then Butler beat Montana State. That's, you're good.
UNM is not in their pod.
What do you mean?
UNM's not in Butler's pod.
Then why did they play him?
Butler played. What?
I have. Who isn't that BU?
No, that's Baylor.
Oh, I'm trolling. I'm trolling.
I'm sitting here like reading the bond.
Yep, you're right. There you go.
Yeah, Butler has got 3-1.
Okay. Good to know for the future.
Well, that's funny. God, that's hilarious. But I'm actually excited for these teams. Everybody's playing except Britt and Fisher. So
true. Riddle will be back.
Yeah. Fisher, I really need Mason to figure it out there because I want to see this team. But I think everyone else has played. Maybe not Penn State. I don't think Penn State's played yet.
Maybe not. Penn
State, Fisher have not played. Britt got FF. They were in the chat, but they got FF. There were 2 teams that have not played. Come on, guys. You can play.
True.
But I mean, overall, college season's been popping. Almost 100 active viewers in the College Halo channel during a stream has been huge. Shout out to them. I mean, overall, You got anything else on College Halo before we close it out here? I mean,
Nah, I mean, I think that honestly, we go a lot more in depth with all these every week in the prediction show. So I guess I would just close out, college Halo wise, saying that if you guys want to see our takes, if you guys want to see, of course, also chat and some of the community giving their takes and us, reacting to those in real time, check out the prediction show, especially live on Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. But you can also catch that VOD on YouTube. So
yeah.
I would just advise checking that out.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, go follow us on Twitch. Obviously, if you want to subscribe, more than welcome. We love just the community that's coming to us. Go subscribe on YouTube so you can get the notifications. That way, we did post a video. We got a few coming out here shortly. I just have to edit them. Working on it, I promise. And I actually think I have like 3 videos to edit right now. And just give us a follow on Twitter. We're grinding, but I mean, that's it from me. That's it from you, Ben. You're good to send us off.
That's it, man. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like I always say ladies and gentlemen at the end. I need to get a you know what, next time, you know what, we're we do appreciate the support as always. If you guys made it to the end of the video, we love you guys all 100%. It has been 1 year of Quigley, man. It's hype. We're looking
insane.
forward to another year. We're looking forward to continuing to up the game and stretching out, the content best we can. Yeah, I mean that's it for us on this one. Once again, I don't remember what the episode 2 of season 3.
There he goes. There he goes.
We're back. But that is it for us, and we will see you in the next one. I'm taking really long on this outro because I forgot I'm supposed to be ending. You guys should not even be listening to this. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, peace. We'll see you guys next week.